ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి, జేఈఈ అయినా, నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
Okay, good morning. We discussed about magnetic moment, direction of magnetic moment on axial line, the direction of magnetic moment on equatorial line, and the magnetic moment at any position. So we calculated those values. So just like the dipole in electrostatics. So these concepts is same as that of the dipole in electrostatics. So here first of all, what is the direction of the magnetic field on the axial line of the bar magnet? Direction of the magnetic field on the axial line of the bar magnet. So the direction of the magnetic field is from south to north, that is in the direction of the magnetic moment, where it is on axial line. But on equatorial line, the direction of the magnetic moment is opposite to the direction of the magnetic moment. On equatorial line, the direction of the magnetic field is opposite to the direction of the magnetic moment. So based on this, we can do some example problems. Let us say, so for example, this is on magnets. Let us say it is south north. Next, this is one magnet and it is also south north. Let us say at this position, what is the resultant magnetic field at this position? It is at a distance d1 here, and from the center it is at a distance d2 here. What is the resultant magnetic field at this position due to the combination of these two magnets? Due to the combination of these two magnets, how can we calculate this? So that means here for this magnet, this point is axial point for this magnet, because that point is lies along the axis of the magnet. So that's why for this magnet, this point is axial point. Next, for this magnet also, the line passing through the axis of the magnet. So that's why for this magnet also it is axial point. So for this, the direction is from south to north, and here also the direction is from south to north. Let us say it is B1 and it is B2. So the angle between these two is 90 degrees. On the axial line of the bar magnet, what is the direction of the magnetic field? That is in the direction of magnetic moment. The direction of the magnetic moment is from south to north. This is south to north. Here also this is the axial point. That's why it is also from south to north. So that is the situation now. Now we can do that. How can we do this? So let us say first calculate B1. What is the value of the magnetic field on the axial line? So the value is mu naught by 4 pi. So 2m1 by d1 cube, it is d1, and its magnetic moment is m1 and its magnetic moment is m2, let us say. So next, magnetic field due to the second magnet, mu naught by 4 pi 2m2 by d2 cube. B1 is equals to mu naught by 4 pi 2m1 by d1 cube. B2 is equals to mu naught by 4 pi 2m2 by d2 cube. So resultant magnetic moment. So the angle between these two are 90 degrees. So that's why under root it's b1 square plus b2 square. So that is equals to under root mu naught by 4 pi. So 2m1 by d1 cube whole square plus mu naught by 4 pi 2m2 by d2 cube whole square. So from this, mu naught by 4 pi into 2 also common, that is 4, comes out of the root, that is m1 by d1 cube whole square plus m2 by d2 cube whole square. So, that is the possible option is. Two magnets are arranged like this, the resultant magnetic moment at the common point, resultant magnetic moment at the common point. So, next example. So, let us say one magnet is from south to north and another magnet is like this and it is south to north. So, at this point, so let us say for this it is at a distance d1 from the center and for this from the center it is d2. So, at this point we have to calculate the resultant magnetic field or resultant intensity of the magnetic field due to these two magnets. For this magnet, so for this magnet this is the equatorial point. For the second magnet, for the first magnet, the point is equatorial point, this point is equatorial point. On the equatorial point, what is the direction of the intensity of the magnetic field? From north to south. So, that is why the direction is like this, this is B1 here, this is B1. And for this magnet, this point is the axial point. For this magnet, this point is axial point. So, that is why the direction is, let us say the direction of the magnetic field is B2 like this. This is B1 and this is B2. So, the angle between these two is 90 degrees. So, net magnetic field is, so B net is equals to under root B1 square plus B2 square, under root B1 square plus B2 square. So, because this for this magnet this is equatorial point, the direction of the magnetic field on the equatorial line is from north to south. For this magnet it is axial point, the direction is from south to north. So, here B1 can be written as mu naught by 4 pi m1 by d1 cube, not 2. So, for equatorial point the magnetic field on the equatorial point is mu naught by 4 pi m1 by d cube, and for this B2 can be written as, so mu naught by 4 pi, so 2 m2 by d2 cube. Why it is 2 m2? Because for this magnet this is axial point, for this magnet this is axial point. So, that is the concept. So, based on this we can do magnetic field due to different points. Next, one more condition in this, let us do example. This is south north and at this position one more magnet is placed like this here. This is south north like that. So, this is the common point. For this magnet, let us say its magnetic moment is m1 and its magnetic moment is m2. From the center it is at a distance d1. So, from this center it is at a distance d2. So, now for this magnet this is axial point and for this magnet this is equatorial point. For axial point the direction of the magnetic field is in the direction of magnetic moment, that is from south to north. So, for equatorial point the direction of the magnetic field is from north to south. So, B2 also in the same direction here it is. So, B net can be written as net magnetic field is B1 plus B2. B1 can be written as mu naught by 4 pi B1 for this axial point, that is 2 m1 by d1 cube plus second one mu naught by 4 pi, that is m2 by d2 cube, mu naught by 4 pi m2 by d2 cube. This is the situation. So, for example, if the poles are opposite, so for example, this is south and this is north, then what happens? The direction of B2 is in this direction, because on the equatorial point the direction of the magnetic field is from north to south, like that. Then this becomes minus, that is net magnetic field is B1 minus B2, like that. So, depending on the whether the given point is the axial point of the axial point for that magnet or equatorial point for that magnet, we have to assess that point. It's very, very important while doing the while calculating the net magnetic field for the given bar magnet, and the given position is the axial position or equatorial position. That's we have to assess first. After that, just we have to apply. For equatorial point, so the direction of the magnetic field is north to south. For axial point, the direction of the magnetic field is south to north. For axial point, 2m by d cube. For equatorial point, m by d cube, mu naught by 4 pi m by d cube. So, that is important. Let one more, let us do. So, let us say it is south north and it is also south north. So, let us say it is a middle point. For both it is, for both the magnets it is equatorial point. Let us say from the center it is, let us say D1, and from this it is D2. If both are in opposite, for example, for this the direction of the magnetic field is B1, and for this also the direction of the magnetic field is B2. For both the magnets this position is the equatorial position. So, that is why for both it is the direction is from north to south. So, the net magnetic field is equals to B net is equals to B1 plus B2, or so if the poles are opposite. So, let us say it is south north and next position is north south. So, for this position, here also for both the magnets it is equatorial position. Here the direction of the magnetic field is north south, let us say B1. For this the direction of the magnetic field north south, it is B2. For this the direction is B1, for this the direction is B2. Here B1 is equals to, so net magnetic field net B or B net is equals to B1 minus B2 or B2 minus B1. So, here if B1 is equals to B2, that is called null point. So, that means net magnetic field is 0. Where the net magnetic field is 0, that position is called null point. So, that is the situation. So, these are the some examples based on the calculation of the magnetic field. Next, torque acting on bar magnets, torque acting on bar magnets when it is placed in uniform magnetic field. Torque acting on a bar magnet when it is placed in uniform magnetic field. So, we already calculated torque acting on the electric dipole, torque acting on the electric dipole when it is placed in uniform electric field. Torque acting on electric dipole when it is placed in uniform electric field. What is the formula we got? Tau bar is equals to P bar cross E bar. So, that is equals to P E sin theta, that is the torque. when an electric dipole is placed in uniform electric field, the torque acting on the electric dipole is equals to P bar cross E bar, P bar cross E bar, that is equals to P E sin theta. That we calculated, we derived already. In the same way here, what we got is, so for example, this is the uniform magnetic field. So let us say it is the magnet placed in uniform magnetic field. Let us say it is south pole and it is north pole. Outside the magnet, uniform magnetic field, outside the magnet, what is the direction of the magnetic field? Outside the magnet, the direction of the magnetic field is from north to south. So for example, this is north and it is south, outside the magnets, outside the magnets. So let us say here the north deflects in this direction and the south attracts. For example, if it is north pole and it is south pole, north repulsion, south north attraction. So two forces. So we know magnetic field B can be written as force per unit pole strength, then F can be written as small mb, F can be written as small mb. So this is mb and it is also small mb. Two forces of equal magnitude, two forces of equal magnitude whose line of action is not same, whose line of action is not same, that constitutes couple. So for example, this is theta. So for example, so let us say this, here I am considering this is the perpendicular distance. Let us say for this it is considered as theta. This is 2L, length of the magnet. So this is the perpendicular distance, this is the force and perpendicular distance. Sin theta can be written as opposite side, let us say it is by hypotenuse 2L. So that means y can be written as 2L sin theta, y is equals to 2L sin theta. This is the perpendicular distance, sin theta formula, opposite side by hypotenuse. So from this torque is equals to what we can write, force into perpendicular distance. So that's why tau bar is equals to, force is mb, perpendicular distance is 2L sin theta. So that is m into 2L into b into sin theta. Small m into 2L is capital M. So capital MB sin theta, tau is equals to. This is the magnitude of the torque acting on a bar magnet when it is placed in uniform magnetic field. When the bar magnet is placed in uniform magnetic field, what is the torque acting on that? So here the two forces, this is MB and this is MB. These are the two forces acting on the magnet. Those two forces are in opposite direction and the line of action of the forces also not same. This constitutes couple. Couple is nothing but two torques. So that is torque is equals to force into perpendicular distance. What is the force here? MB. Perpendicular distance y, like this. So from this in vector form we can write tau bar can be written as m bar cross b bar. Tau bar can be written as m bar cross b bar. So there are mb sin theta. How can you find out the direction of the torque? How can you find out the direction of the torque? That is the concept here. How can we find out direction of the torque? Cross product of m and b bar. So for example, this is the direction of m bar here and this is the direction of b bar. So here it is angle theta. The cross product, first stretch your hand in the direction of m bar, call the fingers towards another vector, that is b bar, and the thumb indicates the direction of the resultant vector torque, right hand thumb rule simply. So in first year in vector product concept, the direction of the torque can be found out with the help of right hand thumb rule. So in the same way in electricity, the direction of the torque acting on the electric dipole, the direction of the torque acting on the electric dipole also calculated with the help of right hand thumb rule only. So, that is torque. The direction of the torque is, here the direction of torque is perpendicular to both M bar and B bar. So, because see here, this M bar cross B bar, the direction is always inwards. The direction of the torque is perpendicular to both M bar and B bar. So, from this we can write tau bar dot M bar is equals to 0 and tau bar dot B bar also equals to 0. That means, if two vectors are mutually perpendicular, their dot product must be 0. So, that is why tau dot M must be 0, tau dot B must be 0. So, that means the direction of the torque is always perpendicular to plane containing the M bar and B bar. So, that is tau is equals to MB sin theta. So, here if theta is equals to 0, then torque is equals to 0. So, that means sin 0 is 0. Torque, if theta equals to 0, tau is equals to MB into sin 0, MB into sin 0, sin 0 is 0. So, that is why torque is equals to 0. That means, if the magnetic moment and the magnetic field are in the same direction, if the magnetic moment and the magnetic field are in the same direction or opposite direction, theta equals to 180. So, in this situation also tau equals to 0. So, because sin 180 also 0. So, that means, if the magnetic field and the magnetic moment, that means, if the bar magnet is placed in the direction of the external magnetic field, bar magnet is placed in the direction of the external magnetic field, the torque acting on that magnet must be 0. The torque acting on that magnet must be equal to 0. That is the concept. So, next to here, if theta is equals to 90, then tau is equals to MB sin 90. Sin 90 is 1. So, tau is equals to MB. So, this is the maximum possible torque acting on the bar magnet. Maximum possible torque acting on the bar magnet. So, that means, if the magnetic field and the magnetic moment of the bar magnet are mutually perpendicular, if the magnetic field and magnetic moment of the bar magnet are mutually perpendicular, then the torque acting on that bar magnet must be equal to 0. Torque acting on that bar magnet must be equal to 0. Therefore, tau is equals to MB. Tau is equals to MB. So, this is the torque acting on the bar magnet. When the only torque, if the magnetic field is uniform, here if the magnetic field is the uniform magnetic field, so that means the force acting on the two poles must be same. Here the force and here the force, in both the cases force must be same. So, that is equal and opposite. Here the force and here the force, the two forces must be equal and opposite in direction. So, that is why the forces must be same. The forces must be same. If the forces must be same, then these two forces cancel with each other. So, that is why it experiences only rotatory motion. That means, if the magnet is placed in uniform magnetic field with certain angle, then the magnet experiences only rotatory motion. It does not experience any translatory motion. So, that means, that is one more point. If the magnet is placed in uniform magnetic field with certain angle to the field or normal to the field, then it experiences only rotatory motion. It does not experience any translatory motion. So, otherwise, if the magnet is placed in non-uniform magnetic field, if the magnet is placed in the non-uniform magnetic field, then the force acting on the two poles of the magnet may not be equal. So, this is MB and this is not equal to MB. If the bar magnet is placed in non-uniform magnetic field, so then the forces acting on the two poles of the magnet may not be same. Let us say it is MB and it is not equal to MB, may be greater than MB or less than MB. So, that means the two forces acting on the magnet are not same. The two forces acts on the magnet are same, not same, sorry. The two forces acts on the magnet are not same. So, that is why net force existing. Net force existing means the magnet must have translatory motion as well as rotatory motion. The magnet must have translatory motion as well as rotatory motion. That is the concept. That means when the magnet is placed in uniform magnetic field, it experiences only rotatory motion. But when the magnet is placed in non-uniform magnetic field, then the magnet must experience rotatory motion as well as translatory motion. So that is the concept. And this is the torque. This is the maximum possible torque. Tau is equals to mb. This is the maximum possible torque existing under any conditions. So this one. So how can you find out the direction of the torque? Direction of the torque, how can you calculate? By using right hand thumb rule. M bar cross B bar. Starts from M and curl the fingers towards B bar. That gives magnetic, that gives what? Resultant direction, that is torque. So next, for example, so now here if the magnet is placed like this, if you want to rotate the magnet through small angle d theta, if you want to rotate the magnets through small angle d theta. So amount of work done, what is the amount of work done? dW is equals to, let us say, tau d theta. Work done can be written as force into displacement or torque into angular displacement. Work done can be written as force into displacement or torque into angular displacement. So dW is equals to tau d theta. So here the concept is, what is the amount of work done stored in the magnet when it is rotated through an angle theta in the magnetic field? Amount of work done stored in the magnet when it is rotated through an angle theta. So here, what is the total work done required? Total work done required to rotate the magnets. To rotate a magnet through an angle theta. So W can be written as integral of dW. So integral of tau d theta. So that is integral of mb sin theta into d theta. So that is equals to integral of sin theta d theta minus cos theta. So this work done is equals to minus mb cos theta. So this work done is stored as the potential energy of the magnets. U is equals to minus mb cos theta. So this work done is stored as the potential energy or energy stored in the magnet when it is rotated through an angle theta in the uniform magnetic field. If the magnet is placed in uniform magnetic field, how much amount of work done required to rotate the magnet through an angle theta? So small work done dW equals to tau theta. If you want to rotate the magnet from theta 1 to theta 2 or 0 to angle theta, so through an angle theta, so work done required, that is equals to minus mb cos theta. So therefore U is equals to minus mb cos theta. In electrostatics, energy stored in the dipole minus Pe cos theta. Same model. This is the work done required in case of electrostatics to rotate the dipole through an angle theta. That work done required is minus Pe cos theta, but here it is minus mb cos theta. So now So equals to what we can write minus mb cos theta. Here theta is the angle between m bar and b bar. Theta is the angle between m bar and b bar. So here if theta is equals to 0, then u can be written as minus mb cos 0. So that is equals to minus mb. If theta equals to 0, then u equals to minus mb. So this is called stable equilibrium position. This is called stable equilibrium position. If the angle between the magnetic moment and the magnetic field is 0, so that means both must be in the same direction. So, or the magnet is placed in the direction of the magnetic field. So, now the energy stored in that magnet or amount of work done to place that magnet is minus mb. This position is called, so to locate this position, so this position is called stable equilibrium position. This position is called the stable equilibrium position. Next here, if theta is equals to 180, so that means if we place the magnet exactly opposite to the direction of the magnetic field, then u is equals to minus mb cos 180. So that is minus mb cos 180 is minus 1. So that is equals to plus mb, u equals to. So this is called unstable equilibrium position. This position is called unstable equilibrium position. So if the magnet if the magnetic field and the magnetic moment are in opposite direction, if the magnetic field and the magnetic moment are in opposite direction, then u is equals to mb. So this position is called unstable equilibrium position. Now if theta is equals to 90, then u is equals to minus mb cos 90. Cos 90 is equals to 0. So energy required to place the magnet normal to the magnetic field is 0, and this is stable equilibrium position and this is unstable equilibrium position. So next, one more condition here. What is the work done required to rotate the magnets from theta 1 position to theta 2 position in magnetic field? Work done required to rotate the magnet from theta 1 position to theta 2 position in magnetic field. So, for example, for theta 1 position, let us say initial amount of energy is equals to minus mb cos theta 1. For theta 1 position, what is the amount of work done formula? U is equals to minus mb cos theta. Let us say initial amount of energy, that is for theta 1 position, is minus mb cos theta. So next, for theta 2 position, u final is equals to minus mb cos theta 2. For theta 1 position, initial energy is equals to minus mb cos theta 1, final energy is equals to minus mb cos theta 2. So work done to rotate, that is change in work done. So that is change means always we must write final minus initial. Change means always we must write final minus initial. Final minus mb cos theta 2 minus mb cos theta 1. So that means change means always we must write final minus initial. So that is equals to minus mb cos theta 2 plus mb cos theta 1. So that's for mb common, cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. So that is delta u, mb into cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. So, this is the situation. This is the amount of work done to rotate the magnet from theta 1 position to theta 2 position. So, this is energy stored in the magnet when it is placed in uniform magnetic field. General formula U is equals to minus mb cos theta, and then if theta equals to 0, that position is called stable equilibrium. If theta equals to 180, that is called unstable equilibrium position. Same concepts we discussed already, you know about these in electrostatics. Same electric dipole. Electric dipole is placed in the direction of electric field, that is stable equilibrium position. The dipole is placed opposite to the direction of electric field, so that is unstable position. So, same concept. So, here So, next, so what is the magnetic potential? Magnetic potential. So, generally electric potential, similarly electric potential can be written as V is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r, that is the electric potential. But here the magnetic potential can be written as mu naught by 4 pi m by r square, where m is the magnetic moment. It is not possible to write the pole strength because isolated poles does not exist. It is not possible to write the pole strength. Of course, if it is possible to write, then we can write small m by r, where small m is the pole strength, but isolated poles does not exist. In terms of magnet, we can write it as capital M by r square. Q by r it is, but capital M by r square, because capital M can be written as 2L into M. So, here multiplication of length, denominator also multiplication of length, that is why we are writing r square. Here also we can write r in terms of dipole moment. So, P by r square, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P by r square in terms of dipole moment. So, that is the situation. So, next, potential energy. Potential energy. So, U is equals to mu naught by 4 pi m1 m2 by r cube. Actually electrostatic potential energy formula 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 by r, actual formula. But if this is into 2L, that gives P1 P2 into 2L, that is length of the dipole, multiply 2L and 2L. Denominator also multiply r, because lengths according to units and dimensions, numerator we are multiplying with lengths. So, denominator also we are multiplying with lengths, that is why this becomes r cube and this becomes 2L into q1, 2L into q2. So, P1 P2 that is. So, that is magnetic potential energy U is equals to mu naught by 4 pi m1 m2 by r cube, m1 m2 by r cube. So, now this is the situation. So, what is the force between two magnets? So, force between two poles we calculated, that is according to inverse square law, force between two charges we calculated. But what is the force between two magnets? If the two magnets are arranged like this, south north, if the two magnets are arranged in the direction of their axial points, then what is the, let us say its magnetic moment is m1, its magnetic moment is s2, m2 sorry, the distance between these two centers is r. This magnet of magnetic moment m1, this magnet of magnetic moment m2, and the distance between these two centers is r. Then electrostatic energy, magnetic energy between these two magnets, mu naught by 4 pi m1 m2 by r cube. U is equals to mu naught by 4 pi m1 m2 by r cube, so 2 m1 m2 by r cube, because axial points means 2. So force can be written as minus du by dr. Differentiation of energy with respect to distance, negative differentiation of energy with respect to distance gives force. So minus d by dr of mu naught by 4 pi 2 m1 m2 by r cube. So that is mu naught by 4 pi 2 m1 m2 d by dr of r power minus 3, it is minus mu naught by 4 pi 2 m1 m2 d by dr of r power minus 3 into r power minus 4. So that is minus of minus plus mu naught by 4 pi 6 m1 m2 by r power 4. So force between two magnets when they are arranged along the axial lines, then force can be written as mu naught by 4 pi 6 m1 m2 by r power 4. In the same way, if the two magnets are arranged in their equatorial positions, then force can be written as mu naught by 4 pi, so 3 m1 m2 by r power 4. Because here 2 extra, why this 2 extra? Because these two magnets are in the axial position, that is why 2 m1 m2 by r cube. These two are in the equatorial position, that is why it is 3 m1 m2 by r power 4. So this is the force between the magnets, when they are in the axial position, when they are in the equatorial position. In electrostatics also, force between the two dipoles 6 p1 p2 by r power 4 or 3 p1 p2 by r power 4. So that is the situation here.